guys, it's Victor here with Torgal Talks. So I wanted to make a quick video, just a quick rundown, the last two fights of UFC Fight Night Stockholm today. He was pretty impressive on the last two fights and has showed a little bit more and kind of clarified a little bit more in the picture of the 205 division in the UFC. You saw it first on the co-main event. You saw Oezdemir knock out Misha in kind of a quick knockout. It was only maybe 30 seconds on the fight. Hit him in the back of the ear and just knocked him down. I think that was pretty good for Oezdemir, and hopefully that gives the UFC maybe a little bit of momentum and actually helps Oezdemir become a little bit more of a well-known fighter, especially since he hasn't had many fights in the UFC. I think he only had one that I remember against Oezdemir that he won, and I think actually was just a split decision. And he was already ranked number 5 in the UFC, so ranked number 5 in the UFC with only one win kind of makes him, it's kind of crazy, but I think it was pretty awesome for him to actually go out there and pull out the knockout, and maybe we can get a little bit more out of him and show him a little bit more on the UFC. Misha is a fantastic fighter, and I think he'll definitely come back. He's definitely one of the best grapplers in the UFC, so you're definitely going to see him back and show him a little bit more than what he showed today. I think he went a little bit too far and tried to push a little too much on the pace and try to pressure him too much and just pay the price for it. And unfortunately, that sometimes is what happens. But pretty excited about these two fighters, and we'll see what happens coming up next with these two guys. Another good thing, another awesome performance was the Mauler today. Alexander Gustafsson put on a show today and really teed off on Glover Teixeira several times, especially with that jab and uppercut. Glover showed great heart and tried to stay up in there and try to fight as much as possible, trying to land that big overhand right as much as he could. But just the length of Gustafsson was too much for him, and just those jabs just kept him too far away, and he just couldn't get close. It was awesome job by the Mauler. Really impressed with him today. Really hope that means more things to come for the Mauler, and hopefully, the best he's yet to seen on him. He's a very, very talented fighter. And I do hope as well that the UFC actually gives him the next title shot against the winner of Jon Jones in DC. Especially if Jon Jones win, I think that's going to be a great storyline, especially since Gustafsson was really the biggest challenge that Jon Jones had in his title reign. Before the title shot was taken away because of all his responsibilities outside of the ring and all that good stuff. So that was awesome to see. So really excited for the Mauler. Great job, and that's gonna help the light heavyweight division, who's actually been stalling a little bit, especially when Jon Jones was out. There was in Rumble retiring, and by the way, Rumble out there dick teasing everybody, trying to say he was having an itch. Let me tell you, Rumble, do not play with our hearts. If you're gonna come back, man, please do come back. You're a fantastic fighter, but if you're not, don't do it. If you're not full into it, don't do it, because this is not the sport to be, halfway in or just put the tip. You got to go all the way in, boy. Got to go all the way in. But fantastic. Hey, Rumble, please, man, don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us, Rumble. But if he does come back, it'll be phenomenal for the UFC, phenomenal for the light heavyweight division. Hopefully the owners don't fuck this up, and if he does come back, don't give him a title shot right away. I do think if he does come back, since he just lost a title shot, he should have to fight somebody before. But hopefully the owners just don't use this momentum of media to try to get Rumble a title shot right away. I know if Jon Jones wins, you're going to want Jon Jones to fight against Rumble, because that's the fight we've all been waiting for. But that's not the way you should treat the title, and it's just not the way you should treat everybody else, because Gustafsson showed that he deserves a title shot. So, again, guys, phenomenal fights. Really happy, and I hope this means more things to come in the light heavyweight division. And hopefully the UFC can recuperate this division. It's always been so exciting. And, that's why we think Jon Jones is one of the best ever, because he only beat phenomenal fighters in that division, and you always have phenomenal fighters. UFC's been lacking a little bit, but maybe Oezdemir will be another superstar. We'll see. Maybe Rumble comes back and fattens that up a little bit more on the list of great fighters in that 205 division. Jimmy Manuel, unfortunately, is most likely going to take a seat back unless he comes out with a fantastic win and destroys somebody. But we'll see what happens. This is Victor. Torgal Talks. Hopefully you guys enjoy the channel. I'll talk to you guys soon. Subscribe. Peace.